Most beginners think they're failing at content because their videos aren't good enough. Yeah, no, that's not a problem. The real reason most people burn out and quit within the first 3 months is way simpler. Your message. One clear sentence that explains who you help, what you help them do, and why it even matters. Most beginners skip this entirely. Here's the problem. Vague content attracts no one. If your audience can't tell in about 3 seconds whether you're talking to them, they scroll right past. There's a simple formula that fixes this. It's called the XYZ formula. I help X achieve Y so they can Z. Compare these two. Version 1, I share cooking content. Version 2, I help working parents create nutritious 5-ingredient meals so they can break free from takeout guilt. So how do you build yours? You start by getting clear on 3 things about yourself: your expertise, what you actually know how to do, your values, the principles you genuinely believe in, and your personality, how you naturally communicate. Picture them as a triangle where all 3 overlap is your content sweet spot, where what you know meets why it matters and how only you deliver it. To find your spot, ask 5 honest questions. What do people always come to you for help with? What personal challenges have you already worked through? What could you talk about for 3 hours straight without getting tired? What principles are absolutely non-negotiable for you? And what's the one trait or quirk people remember about you? Write the answers down and look for patterns. Those patterns reveal your unique perspective, and that's a thing no competitor can copy. Now, put it in the formula. The X is your specific audience, and I mean specific. Not everyone, not beginners. Describe a real person with real circumstances. The Y is the concrete, tangible result you help them get, something they can see, feel, or measure. And the Z is the emotional shift underneath it, the deeper change they actually care about. Your audience should feel like you're reading their mind. Once you've got a draft, run it through 4 quick tests. Can someone hear it once and repeat it back? Does it avoid insider jargon? Does it carry both a practical result and an emotional benefit? And would someone outside your field still find it memorable? Pass all 4 of these and you've got something worth building on. Because this message isn't just your bio, it becomes the compass for every video, every post, and every email. Everything traces back to that one sentence. Now, what separates creators who post consistently from creators who vanish after 2 months? In one creator survey from Crystal Profit, 65% of respondents admitted they don't have a reliable content workflow. It's a small survey, but the pattern lines up with what everyone in this space sees. The problem usually isn't creativity, it's the lack of a system. And a system is something you can fix starting today. Think of your content system as an engine with 3 parts: your idea capture system, your content calendar, and your production flow. Each one feeds the next, and together they keep content moving without you reinventing the wheel every time. Let's break them down. First, the one place where every idea, hook, story, and angle gets stored before it evaporates, because your brain generates ideas constantly and forgets them just as fast. The shower idea is gone by the time you sit down to plan, unless you catch it instantly. The goal is to shrink the distance between having an idea and saving it to almost 0. Here, the tool matters less than the habit. Whether it's Notion, Trello, Google Sheets, or even Apple Notes, what matters is that it's on all your devices and fast to open and searchable later. Pick one and stick with it. For each idea, give it a title, a sentence on the concept, the content type it could become, and which part of your XYZ message it supports. Here's a simple daily habit. Every morning, set a 5-minute timer and list as many ideas as you can. Don't judge yourself and don't edit anything. It's quantity over quality so that you can refine later. And capture inspiration as it happens. Voice memo on your commute, screenshot posts that spark a reaction, write down questions from your comments, note topics competitors cover badly. It all goes in the bank. But not all ideas deserve equal time, so prioritize them with the ICE score. Rate each 1 to 10. Oh, and by the way, ICE stands for Impact, Confidence, effort. Impact is how much it moves you toward your goals. Confidence is how sure you are it will work. And then effort is how much it takes. The lower effort scores higher. Add these up. Anything 20 or above moves to the calendar first. That stops you from pouring energy into ideas that sound fun but don't deserve your audience. Second gear, that's the calendar, where your best ideas become an actual schedule. Instead of posting whenever inspiration strikes, you plan with intention, and that consistency is what builds trust. And the data backs this hard. In a buffer study of more than 100,000 users over 26 weeks, creators who posted at least once a week for 20 plus of those weeks saw around 450% more engagement per post. That's roughly 5 times than those who barely posted. Buffer's own caveat is that it's a trend from their user base, not a guarantee, but the direction is unmistakable. Starting out, plan a 30-day horizon, enough to stay focused but flexible enough to adjust. Assign a theme to each week or month and pull those themes straight from your XYZ message. The audience, the result, and the emotional transformation give you 3 natural angles to rotate. And plan your mix. A good starting ratio is 60% educational, 30% engagement, and 10% promotional. 20 pieces a month means 12 teaching, 6 connecting, and 2 offering. That keeps people engaged without feeling constantly sold to. Watch for these 4 calendar mistakes. Overstuffing. Plan about 70% of what you think you can do. Ignoring your data. If you never check what's working, you'll keep making what nobody wants. Skipping key dates, events, and seasonal moments should be anchors. And being so rigid that one bad week derails everything. Building buffer zones and plan for life happening. Third gear, how one of your calendar items actually becomes a published piece. Map every stage. Outline, create or record, edit, package, publish, and review. For each, write down the tasks, the tools, and roughly how long it takes. That removes decision fatigue. You're not figuring it out each time. What you're doing is you're following a repeatable process. The highest leverage move here is batching. Group similar tasks instead of making one piece start to finish at a time. Outline 5 videos Monday, record all 5 Wednesday, and then edit on Thursday. It cuts the mental cost of constantly switching gears. Alongside batching, build a template arsenal. This is one of the biggest time savers for beginners. A standard outline for your main format, a bank of 15 to 20 proven hooks so you never face a blank page, 2 or 3 reusable thumbnail layouts, a handful of strong calls to action. Each template saves 10 to 30 minutes a piece, and that adds up fast. You don't need studio gear. What you need is clear audio, decent lighting, and a message that connects. Set a minimum viable standard and hit it consistently, and build a content buffer, a small stockpile that protects you when life gets messy, because it will get messy. 2 weeks of ready content means illness or travel doesn't break your consistency. Build it by making 25% more than you need for a few months, then top it up one piece at a time. Let me make this concrete with 2 examples. To be upfront here, these are illustrations, not real people I'm reporting on. Imagine a creator like Carlos, a plant-based chef. He builds his idea bank in Notion, tags every recipe by meal type and prep time, and connects each one back to his message about family-approved vegan meals. He uses ice scoring to prioritize, organizes his calendar around seasonal ingredients with a healthy content mix, batches a whole week of filming into one Sunday session, and builds template overlays for ingredient lists. The kind of result this setup is designed to produce is cutting production from 90 minutes a video to 30, building a 4-week buffer, and then turning shaky posting into near effortless consistency. Or now imagine someone like Maya, a data analyst making content about data storytelling. She tags ideas by skill level and software, runs 4-week theme sprints aligned to her message about translating numbers into stories anyone can follow, builds screen recording templates, and then turns video transcripts into blog drafts. The point is that a logical, themed progression tends to lift the things that matter: completion rates, email signups, and a sense that the channel is going somewhere. Neither of these wins by working harder or buying better gear. They win by building a system. And now you've got what you need to build yours. Before the action plan, one last piece, because this is where most people get stuck. You build your message, you build your system, you post consistently, and then nothing. No income, no traction, no clear next step. And people start thinking, maybe this just doesn't work. But the issue isn't your content, it's that your content isn't connected to anything. Here's a simple version. Every piece of content should lead somewhere. Your content builds attention, your message builds trust, your system builds consistency, and together they create opportunities to monetize. That could be a simple digital product, an affiliate recommendation for a tool you actually use, a resource, your community, or a service you offer. You're not trying to sell in every video, you're creating a path. Because when someone watches your content, understands your message, and trusts your perspective, they naturally want a next step. And if you don't give them one, they leave. So now you're not just creating content, you're building a content to audience to income system. And once that's in place, everything compounds. One video doesn't change your life, but 30 connected pieces, that's where things start to shift. So as you build, don't just ask, how do I post more? Ask, where is this leading? That's the difference between creators who stay stuck and creators who actually build something. Now, the 7-day action plan, quickly. Start with one piece a day for a week. Day 1, set up your idea bank. Pick your tool, create fields for title, concept, content type, and I score, and then add at least 10 ideas. Day 2, build a daily capture habit. Schedule the 5-minute morning sprint and then pick one on the go capture method. Day 3, create your calendar framework. Choose your horizon, map theme blocks from your XYZ, and mark key dates. Day 4, map your production workflow. List every stage from idea to publish, estimate the time each takes, and then find one place batching saves you real time. Day 5, build your first 3 templates. One outline for your main format, one hook bank with at least 5 openers, and then one visual template. Day 6, plan your first batch session. Block 2 hours, prep everything in advance, and then set a clear output goal. Day 7, connect it all. Move 3 high-scoring ideas into the calendar, run your workflow to produce your first piece, and then note every friction point that slowed you down. In 7 days, you'll have the foundation of a content engine that works for you instead of against you. If this was helpful, subscribe and turn on notifications. There's a lot more of this coming, and if you want to build this alongside other people doing the same, I'll leave a link to where I do that. See you in the next one.